Right, we're back, guys. Sorry about that. My internet pooped itself, and we're back. So thank you so much to Atomica for covering that. Appreciate you, dude, for coming in and saving my bacon. As my internet just started to just like I don't know, just say bye. I don't know. So yeah, sorry about that, guys. Do apologise. Gonna get into the game now. Quickly saw the draft anyway. So interesting one to say the least.
Yeah, very interesting. Um, so I'm looking at the side of Q and I to really be running the show in terms of the top half of the map because they have um, the LeBlanc Trundle mid duo versus the Rammus Vex. One's just obviously better than the other, and it is the one with LeBlanc on it. So they're really going to be running the top side of the map, really getting that early tempo advantage going. But on the other side, it's going to be value, value, value. Your bot lane is so can you can put so much gold into this bot half of the map that you can really just outpace the Jin before he has a chance to build up his own lead, right? And that's exactly what you want to do. So it's going to be tempo versus tempo, really. Which tempo gets going first, and which can collect these early Rift Trails, these early Drakes, and really rotate around the map quickly.
Yeah, definitely. Now I know Serpai is a very confident player and been definitely one that's proven himself several times in this whole split realistically. Now having him on a champion like LeBlanc, which is very much an assassin, I would be fearful of it. Um, and yeah, we'll find out how much of a problem it's really going to be.
Yeah. I wouldn't be too scared on the side of papers. Oh no, wait, is it flipped? I think it's. Let me see.
Q and I's the left hand side, Pip's
Yeah,
the
okay,
right
okay.
side.
Just
Yeah,
had to make sure. But on the side of Paper Squad, I wouldn't be too scared of the LeBlanc. You have a lot of tools to deal
oh,
with the
spot up
LeBlanc.
right. All right.
You have the Lucian to dodge away. You have the Vex to fear from long range and close range. You have the Nami to disengage. You have the Rammus to instant taunt and knock up and do all that. And then you have Aatrox, who's not probably going to get one comboed unless LeBlanc gets insanely fed.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
but LeBlanc does have like tools to still do damage. She has the long range chains, she has the long range Q poke, and she has the W in and out. So she can still do damage. I don't know if it's gonna be the insane 1v9 LeBlanc that we might see from a Faker or something.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. We'll find out. But yeah, Spectator delay unfortunately makes us wait 3 minutes. I'm excited to see what Shadowgrim does on this Vex. Not a champion we've seen a lot since the release and since we allowed her in CoraL. Vex normally pretty good into champs that I like to be assassins and stuff and like to jump in having the fear. So I'd be interested to see how they play that. I'm expecting to see a little bit of jungle pressure once LeBlanc uses that W. Maybe could look to see a gank from Rammus, but I really like Q and I's draft in a sense because they've got the Morgana right, which can stop the taunt and can stop the Nami, which I'm assuming this Rammus is going to look to probably get advantage of if they can't get a kill onto Deb Dub.
Exactly, yeah.
The Black Shield's
Uh,
coming clutch.
yeah. I'm looking at this Vex. She's a good champion, yes, but only into a certain type of champion. You know, the close range assassins who have dashes, really, or close range brawlers who have dashes. That's where she shines. The Irelias, the Fioras, the Camille's, the Akali's, all those champions, she blows out of the water. Then you get to the champions that you traditionally see, the LeBlancs, the Victors, the Syndras, who can blow her out of the water, and it's not even close. Um, and the thing I want to highlight the most is that she is the most immobile object on the side of Paper Squad, and that's I feel like is the lane they're going to be hitting the hardest besides top. If they can't kill and dive Aatrox on repeat, then they're going to be going mid and they're going to be killing and diving the Vex on repeat because she just can't get out of the way. If they shove the wave too far, she dies, and that's just how it is. Yeah. Although I do on the bottom side, I want to be looking at the Lucian here,
Yeah, I mean
the Lucian Nami.
Q and I have a really good team fight though, right?
Oh,
So
the team fight is pretty spectacular right now. With the Malphite engaged, LeBlanc over the top, a Janel over the top, and Morgana getting in the thick of it and dropping Zonias. They have a really good team fight, and they also have the split push threat on the Trundle to fall back on. On the opposite side, though, their team fight on Paper Squad is still pretty darn good. It just takes more to execute on, which is always an issue. You may have a better team comp, but if it takes more to execute on, then how good can it really be, you know?
Yeah, exactly. We're going to get into the game in a second. I'm going to get a little poll sorted for you guys, see what you think.
Who's gonna win? Always interesting to see who people think will win based off of either playing against certain people in solo queue or playing against them in the split itself. Always interesting to see who people outside perspective of the game.
Yeah. So there's a little poll in the chat. See what you guys think. Who thinks going to win? Good to know.
Yeah. As for giving each draft a win percentage, I think the draft for Q and I'm gonna give it a. Ooh, this one's a tough one. I'm gonna give it a 55% for Q and a 45% for Paper Squad, in terms of just drafting stuff, right? Like they each have tools to deal with each other's tools, but I think the tools for Q and are just a bit stronger.
Yeah, definitely. I really think that it's going to come down to whether they can shut down Serp High.
Excuse me. Yeah, I think it does come down to whether or not they can abuse this Aatrox and get the LeBlanc ahead with these roams, or whether they can abuse the Vex if they can't go for the Aatrox. Because the Aatrox obviously the easier play. You don't have to worry about a Nami or Morgana ruining things.
No, exactly. No, you don't at all. Sorry about the issues, guys. My computer is shitting itself, which is fun. What second are you on, by the way?
Oh, I am on 10 seconds.
I'm on 17, so I'll pause.
Okay.
I'm on 19.
16.
I'm on 19 seconds.
Okay, I'm on 19.
Cool. Wicked. We're getting into the game now, guys. Sorry about all the delays and everything. It wouldn't be scuffed if it wasn't CoraL. So yeah, that's just who we are. So yeah, looking like Paper Squad are opting to just play it safe and wait in the brush. Maybe see if Q and I are going to take the bait and invade. They have got a ward in that brush and on their blue, but I think it's just going to be a point defense really from Q and I.
Yeah, and that's just sending stuff across the board. You know, Q and I doing the point defense versus 5 sacking a brush somewhere. They just don't have that good of an invade, so I'm not really sure what Paper Squad was expecting from that. Maybe Morgana throwing out a cheeky Q and trying to find damage off of that, but that's just not something I would be too entirely worried about.
No, not at all really. Jin has opted for the exhaust this game though.
Interesting.
Both bot lanes do actually have the exhaust. Now it makes sense for the Nami to have exhaust because once Serpai gets onto you, if he doesn't manage to get the one shot, then I suppose it's worth getting that exhaust to prevent the damage. And obviously Jin passive as well can make him rather quick. And if you can ensure that you get the exhaust into him, it can stop him from doing as much damage as you need to when he can almost run through your team really. Now for Jin having exhaust, I suppose I'm not really. I suppose in the Lucian makes sense, right?
He should be in range for the Lucian.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. I don't know. I don't like the exhaust on Jin here. I much prefer the heal on the Jin if you're gonna go for the heal. There's also an option to go cleanse here. You know, there are definitely cases where you could say, oh, exhaust is good on Vex or on Aatrox, but I don't think that should be the option here. I think you want to go ignite on Wasteland here. I really do, because you have that pressure that comes from the Jin Lucian Nami matchup already. Why not just go all in and try to get some solo kills in lane?
No, definitely. So I think top lane is going to be one to watch, right? You can shut this Aatrox down. This Aatrox can. We know how good Aatroxes can be if they manage to get fed and if they can be played right. So that could be a problem.
Absolutely. And I think Serpai probably shouldn't have gone for the ignite here as well. Because now it's just like you said, if the Aatrox gets ahead, who's gonna match the Aatrox? I think it should be Serpai, and if you had that teleport, it makes it so much easier to match him. You know. You of course Trundle could match him, but I'd rather the LeBlanc into that, because the LeBlanc can stay away from so much of his damage.
Yeah, 100%. Serpai's going to get engaged on here by Shadowgrim. Shadowgrim will hit level 4 just before him. Rammus's bot side, though, is behind Salty Ducky and Forest Friend here. Forest Friend may just die. It gets flashed. It flashes into the Cream Demon, though. I don't know if they'll have enough damage just yet, though. It will just walk away from this as the flash is used. Likewise with the exhaust on the Nami, so that is a summoner spell traded there, but I think that's better off for Paper Squad.
Absolutely, you always want to make that trade if you use the exhaust onto the flash. You know, it's just free because now they can do something like this.
Yep, they can push the wave in and hope for the best, and they get a kill onto Salty Ducky here, and Forest Friend is going to walk out of it as well. I think you're slightly ahead of me by by a second. So I'm on 402, 403, 404.
I'm on 405.
Cool, yeah, same now. Wicked. But yeah, did manage to pick up a kill onto Salty Ducky there. Did unfortunately not realise that. How much damage?
A Lucian can do.
Yeah, exactly. With the Nami buff as well, it can do a lot. So I'm expecting Cream Demon to realistically try to accelerate this bot lane as much as possible. Especially with this Rammus having such good gank potential and being able to get these creative paths. I'm expecting him to realistically push as much as possible in this bot lane. But it's looking like this Lucian's getting a small lead here. It's about 10 CS above Salty Ducky here. Both junglers just casually clearing up their jungle. Rammus is actually slightly ahead of Trundle in farming right now.
That's an issue, isn't it? Because you want to see the skirmishing jungler get ahead by skirmishing. Because if you just farm it out, the tank jungler is always going to win, you know? If you can get the skirmisher skirmishing, taking camps, fighting the tank jungler in his own side of the map, that's massive. That's huge. That's exactly what you want. Otherwise, you're just going to start bleeding gold.
Exactly that. We've got the Shadowgrim using the TP here, though. Does manage to fear, but Serpai has managed to get the root down, and that's going to be a pillar landing by jungle. They flash it out to Shadowgrim, though. We'll just walk out as another auto lands, but it's not going to be enough damage. But that is a flash use, and that is no sums for Shadowgrim now, and that is fantastically played. And it does mean that Serpai will be able to match Shadowgrim in moving down for this Drake, as Serpai has opted for the Ignite instead of the TP this game.
Yeah, definitely. And just using that TP and using the flash immediately after, that means Serpai has the opportunity to make it a clean and easy solo kill. Diving under turret, pushing a massive wave, something like that. Or just letting it push into him and having the Trundle plus Morgana gank. You know, they have so many options here to how they can kill Shadowgrim.
Yeah, 100%. It also means that Serpai definitely has the option to, like you said, dive him, but I think he has to wait for the fear, right? Once Shadowgrim uses that fear, it almost ensures that it's going to be a free kill onto this Vex. Now, Vex does do a lot of damage once she gets an item. If you land the ultimate, you can almost ensure you can almost one-shot a carry. Rammus is going to look to trade Drake now, though. Bot lane has priority, and it's really good macro from Paper Squad here, I think. They've got the priority in the bot lane, got priority in the mid lane. Serpai's going to push it in, though, and just try to deny Shadowgrim of something. But Shadowgrim's roaming pretty well to catch this wave.
And it's just smart. It's just smart. You realize your team comps, what they do. What does the Lucian do versus what does the Jhin do? The Jhin wants to play for turrets, wants to play for lane domination, and wants to play for plates. The Jhin, he wants to fight. And where else can you get a fight early? But at the Baron. Or at the Baron, Dragon, Riftail, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. They realise what the team can do. They're playing it to their advantage right now, which is exactly what you want to do. But looking like a bit of a slower game in comparison to what we saw in the Ocean League recently. Not so much action, but I don't think you could get more action if you tried, to be honest with you.
They were going absolutely insane.
Yeah, but that's more fun to see, isn't it? It's a lot more fun to see. We love the action-packed games.
We love them, but I also like being able to talk about what's going on.
Yeah, true. That is very true. Trundle's going to try to get a gank off onto Shadowgrim here in the middle and has pinged it, but I think Shadowgrim may have just spotted him out on a ward or just playing a little bit safe. Debdub is here as well to try and get something, but just backing off. Director Camera apparently loves his bot lane for some reason. nothing else
So
happening
much
across the map.
accident goes on in the bot lane, you know. Farming. Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah, so much action right now. Debs is going to walk to the top side though. Try to get that farm on the top side. Salty Duck is going to get engaged on. There's a lot of damage to Lucian. Lucian does have culling now. Has the ignite, the heal and the flash. Everything up, but Salty Ducky has flash just coming up in a second or so. So does have the extra escape now. And I think it looks like Ram is going to maybe look to try and pick up the Herald here. Sleepless engaging at the dead dub here, but QNI Jungle Diff is on his way. Cream Dim is also coming up as well. I think this
Ooh.
could be a losing fight for Paper Squad if they decide to opt to look for this. They
Yeah.
do unfortunately not have the damage to take down Deb Dub just yet. Does have the unstoppable force, so could just ultimate out of this one. Sleepless is looking to engage. Serpide lands a route onto Shadow Green, but neither have the mana to take that fight. And Cream Dim is looking to potentially get a dive into Serpide here.
Yeah, this is what I want to see. You have to be using these advantages where you know you have them. Like that's one of the things we just haven't seen from this side of Q and I. They didn't use the advantage bot lane when they know they had it onto the route, and they just
Ramus
let
is
us
going to be
get.
forced to ult there though. There's a route going
Ooh.
down onto Talatat, but does just get away. The wave comes out from Nami, doesn't quite
Mm.
hit anyone. More a zoning wave, I think, to pressure them off there. Nothing happening, but there is a couple of almost being forced to be used there. But yeah, you'd like to see him use the advantages, wouldn't you? Just the little things
Yeah.
where you can get the small little leads.
Yeah, it's just you know you don't have heal or you know you don't have flash here. Why not just go all in? Why don't you send the Rammus bot? Why don't you send the Vex bot? Or you didn't know the Vex doesn't have flash. Why don't you just send their mid? You know, why don't you gank with the Trundle with the unstoppable force? Why don't you try and get some action? Try and really abuse the fact that your team comp right now at that moment is stronger. That's just what either team needs to start doing, or else they're just going to slowly be bleed gold for the side of Q and I. It's about a 1K gold lead for them, for the side of Paper Squad here.
Yeah, I think it just comes down to realistically the farm, especially in the jungle, right? We mentioned how the bruiser jungle is falling behind this Rammus, and it's not something you'd expect to see. Sleeper's going to get engaged into Debdub here. Debdub just flash out though. Managed to get just something. Forest Friend is in a difficult position here. The Vex ult does land by Shadow Green, and it could be a die. He could die, and he does. And that is going to be a kill going over to him. Jungle Diff is on the pillars. Jinult does come out as well. Managed to just miss the fourth shot. The flash comes out as well. The exhaust coming down, the heal out as well. Talatat may pick up a kill here. Fantastically kited, but Cream Demon's here as well to try getting engaged. Salty Ducky does the flash though. Exhaust is still up as well. I think Cream Demon may try dive here. May have to look to walk out. I think Cream is looking to try and get round here. Deb does fighting along with Sleepless in the top side. Does have the unstoppable force. Ultimate from Sleepless still up as well. Cream Demon does have to walk out, unfortunately. Exhaust goes down, but Forest Friend here as well. Does much like to root onto him. I think Cream Demon could die here. Doesn't have anything up, unfortunately. And he's going to ultimate out, and he just lives as the Nami. Wait, Flash W's him and saves his life.
Man.
Really well played. Might have lived on 1 HP. Not sure, but best to be safe than sorry.
That was good stuff from the Nami there. Just flashing, healing them, and keeping them all alive. But yeah, it's just fights all across the board.
Yeah, a bit more action. Now there's another fight in the top lane though. Arlan is going to be an engage onto Debdub here. He is unstoppable forcing out. Doesn't have flash now. Sleepless doesn't have anything either. He's going to look to kite him around the tower, and I think he might just get him here. And Debdub will pick up a kill though. Really well played to turn that around.
That's perfect. That's actually really good for Deb. You know, that trade to go for the Aatrox there, because the Aatrox relies entirely on getting ahead hugely, right? So yeah, it may have been a macro error from Deb to even push up there, but to actually get the kill, just like he did, you know, it works out. It could have been a cleaner, of course, but
I think he
good.
could have just not walked back in, and he could have just picked up the kill there.
Yeah.
But made his mistakes and managed to pick it up. I don't think chat liked that one either, by the looks of it. But we're gonna see Paper Squad just showing their dominance in this game.
3K gold lead.
Yeah, this Lucian's about 20 to 30 CS up on this Jhin here. Almost a full item at this point, really. Sleepless is going to be fighting again with Debdub. Debdub's not unstoppable force, and neither there's no ultimate from Sleepless either. It's just a constant battle in this top lane. Less of a I've just less of a brick wall of just two tanks sitting there, and more of a fight, more of just a brawl top lane, which we like to see.
Yeah. I think the issue is the reason that they have a 3K gold lead at 12, 13 minutes, right? Um, it's just all about knowing how to play their comp. They understand that the Lucian army wants to fight. They understand that they want to rotate to these rifts, to these drakes, and that's what they do. And they understand that Rammus just wants to farm, so Rammus just farms. And they always are on the key lookout for
Yeah.
the Trundle. Make sure Trundle doesn't get the
Yeah.
fight.
Exactly as you said there, the caster's curse coming out, and Trundle does unfortunately get picked up there. The Shadow
very
Surge. No, it's fine. It's happened so many times. The Shadow Surge does land by Shadow Green, managed to pick up a kill on to this Trundle. Sleepless looking to engage into Debdub in the top lane. Debdub does have unstoppable force though. I'm not sure Sleepless wins this just yet. Depends if he opts his ultimate just yet. No, it's just going to be a bit of a fight. Shadow Green is in trouble now though. Serpi does actually manage to land. But there's a lot of damage coming out from Shadow Green already on this Vex. So now have the Luden's Echo. We'll take a look at the gold individually. And it's looking like a lot of gold is being funneled into this Lucian in the spot lane. It's about just over 1,000 gold ahead of this Jhin in the bot side. And he's going to try to accelerate his lead further and further.
Yeah, and it's just a story of this match, understanding a tempo versus a value team comp and drafting for that. They understand that their team comp that they're going for right now is all about tempo and pushing value, just sacrificing value for more tempo and pushing the game as fast as possible. And through getting more tempo, you get more value, and that's just how it works.
Yeah, 100%. It'd be interesting to see if any teams opt to take this Herald here. Paper Squad have got the vision advantage here, setting up a vision line across.
Do they need to, though? Do they need to take the Herald? Because they're already taking the turrets without it, you know?
They are taking the turrets without it, but there's no problems with forcing that Herald maybe into bot side. It's a winning lane here. There's no problem with forcing it there. Looking at top, it's the most stable lane right now, a bit more closer. But there's no problem with trying to accelerate that bot even further. But at the same time, is it worth dying for? You've got a point. Is it worth going for? I guess we'll see what they opt to do.
Yeah, I think the idea that they're going for is that they're trying to bait Q and I into taking that Herald so they can take the fight and win it super hard. I think that's what they're probably saying in the comps right now.
Yeah, it's definitely a good shout, to be fair. Whether Q and I will take the bait and they can reel them in, we'll find out. Debdub's just going to look to clear vision this top side and stop them from getting the Herald, really. Some pings going onto it already, thinking that Malphite could be moving towards it. Maybe Q and I will take the bait. The issue is you can't have a Nami roam either because it's such a strong force in the bot side. If Nami roams, this Lucian's going to die. So... yeah. I just don't know if it's worth taking. Like, I think they've got to ask themselves the question: do we opt for the Herald?
Yeah, the thing is, so the team that's winning, it's on the burden of the team that's losing to change the status quo. Right now, they're winning without changing the status quo. So why do they need to go for the Herald or something like that?
Yeah, exactly. I think they're actually deciding to take it now. Yes, they are. Cream Demon and Sleepless are going to opt to this Herald. More than likely, they're going to force it topside, try to put a bit more pressure onto this Malphite. Pardon me, this Malphite here. The Herald does get taken and picked up by Rammus.
It's just not as good once their turret plates, drop. It's still an objective, though. It's still gold that they can use and that they can push down turret with. It's just not as good.
Yeah, 100%. Looking like Paper Squad are playing the more macro game. Rather than the mechanics that we saw in the constant fight saw last game, it's looking at the playing it slow, getting the gold leads, getting the little advantages, and taking advantage of the mistakes that Q and I are making. It's a much slower game, but definitely a more technically minded game to watch.
Exactly.
Jungle Diff is here in the bot side, though. Maybe could look to get a pillar onto Talatat. Maybe waiting for him to use his E first, though. I think Salty Ducky could have given it away there. No, Talatat maybe looking to walk in here. Can the root land? There's a lot of damage on that Lucian. Lucian doesn't have Cullen, but as I said, a TP coming in. 2 TPs across the map. Cullen lands all the way on Salty Ducky. Cranium is here. Dizu doesn't manage to land it as well. But never mind, there's a Malphite here as well. Debdub has an ultimate. Doesn't manage to use the Double Force just yet. Shadow Green lands the Shadow Surge and manages to land it. And onto Forest Friend as well. We'll wait out the Zonyas and then look to engage again. And that is another kill going over to Talatat as well. And fantastic play by Paper Squad.
Absolutely beautiful. They perfectly outplayed it. They didn't even know that jungle diff was in the bush, and they just
It's,
played around
it's
it
not over
perfectly.
yet, though, Alan. It's not over yet, because Shadow Greens picks up
Ooh.
another kill onto this Trundle, and the Rift Herald is here.
And that's going to be Serpitis dashing over the wall. So yeah, using that Rift Herald wonderfully, pushing down 2 turrets, maybe even might even get the third charge off. I don't think that's going to happen, but it's always an option depending on how fast they can nuke down this second tier too.
Yeah, so they get on tier 2. Jin just take the Rift Herald tier. They're all going to reset here. Shadow Grim not looking to it just yet. Might try get a ward into the Drake. I don't think Q and I can fight this just yet though. Knowing that the whole of Q and I, the whole Paper Squad are on their way. Gonna pick up the Scuttle Crab though, or try to at least to try and make sure they get some vision onto this Drake here. I think Paper Squad are definitely within their rights to fight this and should do realistically. It's
Yeah,
sole
Paper Squad should definitely fight this.
it's sole point for them, and they know they're stronger. They know Q and I have to try force them off this, and I think they're definitely stronger right now. Ultimates are slowly coming back up as well. The only ultimate that's off at the moment is Shadow Surge and the Culling, but it's coming back up. Sleetus is engaging onto Salty Ducky. Does manage to walk away with Talatat, managed to pick up a kill onto Morgana. And this Lucian is so strong. Has the Gale Force, looking to pick up the second item here. And this is going to be sole points for Paper Squad.
Man, it's just, I don't think this game is what's the word that Taiwan uses, winnable from this point on. It's pretty damned hard, and they just don't have the tools to make that comeback possible. Like I said, their team comp, it's a matter of how good your team comp is. Really, it's like, can you execute on it really? And I'm not sure if they can. It's
Yeah.
just such a hard team comp to.
I mean, you mentioned it earlier, right? You've got when you're on blue side, you want to try ban out the strong combos. And I maybe expected to see Q and I ban out this Lucian Nami, or ban out the Lucian Braum, just something that can pair really well. Lucian Nami being notably probably the strongest duo right now in the bot side. And with people who are slightly higher elo, you'd expect them to be able to know how to play it well.
Forced to ban out that super. You're only forced to ban out the Lucian, or not even the Lucian. You're only banned if you want to go for the Misfortune. You're only forced to ban out the maybe the Lucian, maybe the Nami, maybe the Braum, and you can still pair it with whatever you want.
Yeah.
So you can first pick that Lucian, and it's still a flexible pick into the mid lane. Still flexible pick into the top lane. But to pick the LeBlanc, let them know exactly where you're gonna go. Um, just not the best idea for drafting.
Yeah, Salty Duck could use the Gale Force here, trying to get away from Sleepless, but Sleepless is just so much damage right now, and we'll pick up another kill on to Jin. And Salty Duck is not having fun right now, struggling so much on this Jin. He's so far behind at this point. Lucian has completed the second item now, has got that Essence Raver now, and is accelerating his lead further and further in this game. I think Paper Squad are going to try and pick up a kill here, maybe hover around this bot side, expecting someone to walk into this bush. But I don't think they're going to take the bait just yet. Sleepless is slowly dragging everyone topside to try push him off. I'm doing a good job of creating a lot of pressure in that top side.
Yeah, this game is just all you can really do is just farm it out for the side of Q and try and rotate the fact that you have a lot of rotational ability with your carries here. So try and get the LeBlanc some kills on
That is exactly
Sleepless
what
or
you
whoever.
need, though, and that is a kill going on to this Trundle, and it's gonna go on to it's gonna go off the Lucian, and Sir Pie's gonna pick up a kill onto the Nami as well. But never mind, Shadow Grim's here as well. Managed to Shadow Surge. Sleepless here as well, because Sleepless 1v5 this game, and I think he might do. Shadow Surge is gonna land again onto Forest Friend, I think, but doesn't manage to get enough damage off. But Cream, oh my lord, that they died so quickly. I think Sleepless and Shadow Grim just realised that they don't actually have enough damage to 2v5 this game just yet.
That was massive, and it's just
exactly what you need.
Yeah, exactly what you need to get kills onto people who need to get kills. 2 kills picked up from Sir Pai, and he has a real chance to come back and carry this for his team. It's looking at the Trundle. They did draft it pretty badly, and they didn't exactly play it to perfection. But looking at the Trundle, you have the option to really take away all the armor from Cream, Cream Demon and leave him, just a little turtle.
Yeah, definitely. I
Yeah,
suppose.
they have a lot of tools here, so they definitely have the option.
I suppose it's very dependent on whether Sir Pi can get onto this Lucian. If they manage to land the combo from Deb, manage to land the Unstoppable Force and force Lucian off the whole fight, really kill him before it even starts, then it's definitely a fight to win. I mean, Vex is a problem as well, but Vex cannot get a damage off as consistently as Lucian can.
Yeah.
Does do a lot of damage towards the late game, can one-shot the carries, can one-shot this Jhin. We've seen it happen several times in the loads of games. You've seen it in solo queue. But the Lucian is definitely the one to kill this game. If they can get Talatat off the map and kill him before a fight even starts, and they can definitely turn this game around.
Yeah, but what I'm looking at for the solution is not playing too aggressively because that's what happened last time.
Yeah.
Played far too aggressively almost and died for it.
Yep, 100%. We saw Talatat just escape there from Sir Pai's clutches as he tried to engage him and pick up a kill here. They are in quite a difficult spot here though, Q and I, hovering and quite split up. Trundle's hovering towards the bot side. Shadow Grim and Sleepless might just engage him here. Sir Pai does land a root and a chain onto Sleepless, but that's a lot of damage going to Sir Pai. He's a bit lower now. I'm expecting Cream Demons look for an engage. He does have the ultimate up now, does have the Shirelia's used, but just gets caught out by a fantastic root onto him.
Good route.
That was really well played. Does stop the engage now. Does have the W from Nami. They're looking to engage now. Deadub's in the bush sitting there waiting for him to engage. Jinot's coming out by Salty Ducky. Sleepless knows he's there though. Coming to go over the wall. Shadow Grim lands a fantastic Shadow Surge on the wall over to Jhin. And Vex is doing so much damage right now. Sleepless just refuses to die as well. Sleepless is still alive. How is this man still going? For his friend dies as well. Cream Demon picks up a kill and it's going to be them running away. But Cream Demon says, no, I'm coming for that. I'm coming for the rock. And Red flashes out, but he's had on the ultimate as well. Flashes onto Jungle Death down. That is going to be a dead troll. And Mountain Soul will go over to Paper Squad.
Yeah, and that fight was just too scattered. It was just far, far too scattered. Like, with what made the first fight so exceptionally good for them is because they got onto the Lucian first. They waited for the Lucian to overextend and they killed him quickly, and then they turned on the rest of the team, slowly fought it front to back as best as they could, and it worked out for them. This one, they tried to engage on the front line and they just don't have the damage to do that, so Sleepless just got into the back line and caused havoc for them, as well as Shadow Grim. They just can't fight it as you normally would.
No, exactly. So a lot of damage here. Talatat's just going to escape from the clutches. Wow. That is a very strong Lucian, Alan. That is a very strong Lucian.
He's a little bit strong.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Just a little bit.
So I think it's becoming a problem that if Sir Pai knows he can't one-shot this Lucian, then where do they start, right? Do they have to land all their CC on him? And the issue then comes if you land all the CC into Lucian, you've still got the problem with Shadow Grim, right? The Shadow Grim's proving that Vex is very, very strong in this game. The Shadow Surge will just miss though. Cream Demon's looking to back off though. Going to be a pause. I think Jungle's DC'd by the looks of the chart, so we'll have a quick pause in the game. But yeah, talk to me about this game. How do you think Q and I come back into this game? Do you think it's a GG going next? Do you think they take what's going to happen, or do you think how do you think they get back into this?
Personally, I think that they get back into this by really abusing vision, just abusing pockets of vision, looking to run around and drop a lot of damage onto Talatat or any of the squishy one, the Nami as well, onto Shadow Grim. They try to just abuse pockets of vision, and that's how you get picks. That's how you get kills.
Yeah, sorry, we had the Spectre bug there where it delays to make sure you're 3 minutes behind. It's not fun. Can they come back by typing FF? Hey.
That's always a thing. I look for game 2 here, but I think they come back by abusing vision. But the vision control by the side of Paper Squad is really on point. They aren't giving them the opportunity to do that. So if you don't have the opportunity to do that, you got to look for these long range engages by Deb from out of vision by Deb or Sir Pai trying to hit a long range route.
Yeah, 100%. I think it all comes down to realistically, like, although next game isn't something you want to look at immediately, you can also look at, okay, what the mistakes did we make this game that we can take into the next game? What was the problem with the drafts? Is there anything we can ban from this game going into next game? And sometimes when it's going to be too difficult to come back, there's no problem with thinking, okay, what's our next step? What can we do for the next game?
Exactly.
Still very much can win this game. Going to take a couple of miracles, especially with Paper Squad having that Mountain Soul so useful, especially on this Rammus, especially on this Aatrox. And it's an extra shield to burn through as well on this Lucian. So it's probably one of the best souls I could ask for here, realistically. It is notably one of the best ones as well. So it's going to be rather difficult here. The issue as well is that Paper Squad have extremely good wave clear. So no matter what, Q and I pushing out the lane is trying to get some advantages anywhere. Paper Squad just instantly push it back so much quicker than them.
Exactly. Yeah, like you said, just looking at the next game, what they can do differently, and it's definitely a lot of their issues this game, I think, stem from drafting and just not respecting, trying to prioritize their own picks over really respecting the skill of their opponents.
Yeah. 100%. I'd maybe look to see if Paper Squad can look to get a Baron here. There's going to be a fight in the bot lane. It's going to be tank versus tank here, and Sleepless is going to fight Debdub here. Debdub is so tanky though. Has the Thornmail now, has the Iceborne Gauntlet. I think he's going to win this, but never mind about that. Cream Demon is engaged with Salty Ducky. That's CoraL is going out, and Salty Ducky is just instantly going to die. Shadow Surge just hit as well. Jungle Lift's looking to walk out. No, the TP does get cancelled though, and the wave's going to come out and hit.
No.
He does actually hit Forest Friend the Shadow Surge, and that is instantly going to die. And Vex does a lot of damage. Vex is very balanced. Jungle Lift's going to die as well. Triple kill coming out. Can he pick up the Penta? Can he pick up the Quadra kill? That is a Quadra kill going over to Shadow Green on this Vex. And wow. Vex
I don't know why
is
anyone
balanced.
I don't know why anyone would think she's not balanced. Like, come on, just don't draft Dash into her smile.
Yeah, but Vex is fun. Does so much damage when she gets an accelerated lead. I said it before, when she gets the item, just does one-shot your carries at some points. And it's going to be a Baron for Paper Squad, and it's just looking incredibly difficult, and Q and I have got a massive mountain to climb now.
Yeah, I enjoy Vex, but I also enjoy Irelia, so I also hate Vex with the burning passion.
Yeah.
She's just a very, very good pick here, honestly. I like it. It really rounds out the team comp. I thought Paper Squad were going to have a harder time of it than they did, but really the jungle synergy 2v2 that I was hoping for didn't come online like I thought it would. The Trundle really didn't invade. The Blanc didn't try to push her early advantage where she has more damage than the Vex, and bot lane just kind of collapsed. So, and top lane was a constant brawl fiesta that they couldn't really take advantage of.
Yeah.
So
exactly. We
just,
see
just sad stuff all around.
Really is. We see Sleepless has picked up that CoraL does now. I'm assuming he's going for the Sterix next to make sure he has that more survivability in these team fights. He is pretty much the initial engage here. Besides Cream Demon, there's going to be the slight spectator bug there to make sure that we are 3 minutes behind. Make sure there's no cheating going on. But yeah, this Rammus is such a problem, I think, right now. Cream Demon has done a really, really good job of just getting the right engages, getting the flanks at the right time. And it's showing that they're experiencing the jungle, right? Showing that they're recognizing when this Jin's in the wrong position, and they're just making sure he's never going to get a lead, never going to get anything back in this game.
Yeah. Oh boy, just a lot to overcome here, and I really think the next step is just to look forward to the next game, because this is about a 10-11k gold lead that you have to overcome here, and it's they don't even have to play it technically anymore. They can just smack you around with their wallets, and you're gonna fall over.
Yeah, we'll look at the individual gold as well, and across the board, it's difficult for everyone really. That's nearly like a 2.5k gold lead on the Vex ahead of this Blanc here. Same in the top side as well. There's an ult from Debdub though onto Talatat. Will die instantly though, and there's your answer, Emperor Pui. Does Malphite ult yet? Yes, he has. Sorry, Obsession. Sorry, Obsession did Malphite ulti. Yes, he has. He just ulted now, but it may not matter because Shadow Green just nearly one-shot a Malphite. Uses the ultimate. The Shadow Surge comes out. Cream Demon is engaging on Salty Ducky. Salty Ducky will walk out though. Sleepless looking to follow that up though. Jungle Diff is probably going to die as well. Sleepless is doing so much damage and so much work. Forest Friend does use the Soul Shackles, but nothing. It's going to be doesn't matter because what's going to happen is Vex is going to one-shot everyone.
One-shotting a Malphite. To be fair, the Malphite has built pretty much straight armor.
Yeah, he's not got no MR
But
at
still,
all.
it's a little bit rough. They did a great job finding Talatat there, and they did manage to get the kill onto LeBlanc. Exactly what you want to see, but after that, they just kind of fell apart. They really just let them run through their backline. It's really hard to stop a Rammus, of course, but I did see a few things Forest Friend could have done a little bit differently to save his life.
Yeah, maybe so, but Serpai is going to die now. Sleepless is just going to heal about 1 million health off Gore Drinker. And the passive as well. Shadow Grim's going to let the Shadow Surge, but Jungle Diff actually flashed that as well. That is the initial Q going on Salty Ducky. A lot of damage coming out there. The wave comes out as well, but Shadow Grim will just drop and the shutdown does go over to the Morgana, unfortunately. Jungle Diff's looking to chase it down though, but I think Cream Demon will just roll out of this as well. But that is an Elder Dragon going to be donated over to the side of the Paper Squad as Talatat's looking to solo it.
Yeah, Talata couldn't do that. He just has that much damage with the IE bought up, with the Infinity Edge bought up. 3 items. Nothing you guys can do about it. So they're going to get it. The Elder Soul here.
Unfortunately, doesn't go on
Elder
to
Dragon.
Vex or the Aatrox, but not really needed. You have a Lucian.
It doesn't matter. You just group it as 5 and run it down.
Yeah, I'm expecting this game to be over in the next couple of minutes unless there's an absolute miracle play coming out from Q&I. Who knows? Maybe we'll see it. The best CoraL comeback we've ever seen just yet. We never know. But this is a very fast Rammus. And
extremely fast Rammus.
Yeah, this is a very fast Rammus, especially with the Shirelles as well. And like you said, I'm expecting him to group as 5 and just probably run it down now. You don't have Baron coming up for another 2 minutes. You don't need to get the any push advantage, really, because you are just so strong right now.
Yeah, like, oh man, the goal lead, more than 10k. You just group with Baron, or sorry, Elder, and you run it down. You just smack them with your wallets, say, here's our money, give us your Nexus. And they're going to have to say, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They don't have any other recourse.
Yep, exactly. Going to look to push out this mid wave, and looking, they are going to group like 5 and push down the mid lane here. Maybe they can get a pick onto Sleepless here, looking to engage, but Crane Demon spotted as well. He's going to roll out, and Sleepless is here as well to do so much damage. Salty Ducky's ulted from the distance, but it's literally going to do 0 damage to Cream Demon, like literally 0.
Oh my god.
Talatat does pick up the kill onto Q&I Jungle Diff though, and that's going to be a dead Deb now, and that is Rock is no longer sedimentary, he is dead. Serpai's going to look to die here.
No longer sedimentary.
Serpai's going to look to get taken out here as well. Sleepless looking to engage in him as well. Does actually use the stasis to try to survive a little bit longer. Talatat's going to finish it off though. He has the Elder Drake, and that is going to be a win over to Paper Squad. Fantastically played against the odds of the chart, against the odds of the vote. Managed to pick up a win against Quad Nation Inferno. Fantastically played, Alan. Absolutely
fantastically played. They drafted for their team comp, and they played for their team comp. That's just an issue that QNF has to overcome for themselves. They drafted for their team comp, and they didn't play for their team comp, so they fell over. It's just something that even high-level teams struggle with on the pro scene, you know?
100% that's the case. So that is going to be the first win over to Paper Squad. And yeah, wow. Big game. We're going to take a little break here before we get back into the second game. 2-minute break. So yeah, see you guys in a minute. Okay, and we are back with the stream. We have the draft just starting now. Q and I banning out. We'll find out in a second. Actually, we've got Paper Squad banning out the Fiddlesticks. First of all, away from Q and I. Clearly a jungler they like to play, or just a jungler that can be. He's quite actually popular in high reelers right now, I believe.
Yeah, he's a pretty popular champ. I've seen him a few times. Scrolling through Twitch, seen a few getting played on a few higher elo level. But yeah, um, all these bans look really specialized except for this Viego ban. Viego is just obviously a super strong pick right now, and I expect to see something that limits the support champ pool or sorry, not the jungle, the AD carry champ pool, because the AD carries right now seem to just run the game. Now it's either going to be a Lucian or Misfortune, and there's a Lucian ban, exactly what I wanted to see. So now this leaves them free to pick the Misfortune for themselves and leave the Braum up. And you know what you get when you pick Misfortune, they pick Braum? You pick the Zyra. And the Zyra is such a hard counter to the Braum, it makes the lane almost unplayable for the Braum.
Yeah, 100%. The Vex is going to get respected and banned out away from Shadow Green this time. Did really, really well in the champion. And there is the Misfortune as predicted. Maybe look to pair it with something like the Amumu, which still can be played, but not as common as we see, unfortunately, at the moment with the Q nerfs. Double the mana, unfortunately. Double the mana cost, unfortunately. But can definitely still be played. Just struggles a bit more in the early game. The option still is there for the Braum. The option still is there for a bit more of a kill lane. Maybe a Nautilus could come out here. But then Nami's going to get picked up by Q and I. Could potentially pair this with something like a Draven maybe against this Misfortune. Or something with a little bit more mobility against this Misfortune.
Yeah, it does it kind of fills the same role as the Braum, but not quite. And that's the issue I have with the Nami. Because once you don't have the Nami ult, you don't have that long range takeaway from the Misfortune. So now you're going to be a sitting duck once he does get the ultimate off, and you guys just have to stand there and take all that damage or get out of the way.
Absolutely. And speaking of sitting ducks, we've got Salty Ducky playing the Jhin.
And they're going to pair that up with the Amumu Ash.
And they're going to pair it out with the Amumu.
Or Misfortune Ash, what?
We're gonna pair it up with the Amumu as predicted. Just a really strong combo at level 6. If you can force Nami wave prior to that, force the CC to stop the bullet to not stop the bullet time, and has caused for several issues. And Amumu just being so useful in teamfights later. That is going to be an Alistair though, so looking like an Amumu jungle. Interesting pick, and I maybe look to flex that a little bit longer. But clearly confident in this. Looking like Paper Squad like to play these tanky, supportive junglers. We saw the Rammus last, we've seen the Amumu this time. So yeah, looking like it seems like Cream Demon likes to play these kind of junglers.
Yeah, I don't know about the All-Star pick here. I much would have rather preferred the Leona Misfortune, one of the most classic combos in all of League here. You know, it's just such a good combo. You layer the ultimate, you layer the stuns, you layer the CC, and what can they do? Nothing about it. But the Alistar, it just doesn't quite fulfill the same role. It almost does, but now you give them the option to draft a Sylas, and these ultimates on a Sylas, oh boy, that's kind of disturbing. And with the Sejuani on top of it, their combination is so good. But they read my mind, so they ban away the Sylas here, and they no longer have to worry about their own ultimates being used against them. So now they can opt into a more kill pressure oriented lane mid. So what we're looking at here, we're looking at Victor, a Syndra. The TF is always an option, since they did ban away one of TF's biggest counter in the Sylas. Rise if they want to scale. You know, they have options that they all want to hit the same power spec at the exact same time though. So they're looking for the mid game power spec with the Jhin.
100%, yeah. Banning away the Sylas here now. The second ban will be the Ornn. Ornn can be a big problem once he hits that wall. Unfortunately, Finale didn't dominate too well in it earlier, but looking like an Urgot's going to be hovered here. I wonder what Paper Squad will pick into this. Now, Urgot is a massive lane bully. So maybe could look to pair it with, put it against something that can just scale against it, or just tank up as much as possible. But Urgot, no, they've been quite good into tanks, so I'm intrigued to see what they put here. I'm gonna put Shadow Grim on the Victor. Quite a common blind pick you see in the mid lane, especially if you're comfortable on it as well. Doesn't have an array of bad matchups,
Oh
has a few, but
no! I see the angle, I think.
you see the angle. What's the angle?
I think I see the angle because I'm not sure if they know this, but Irelia is one of the strongest counter picks into Victor there is. And Irelia Sejuani, I think I was talking about this earlier with you. It's such a disgustingly good combo. And with them banning out one of the strongest combos to Sejuani Irelia in the Trundle Silas, they no longer have that tool to fall back on. And if
It's gonna be a
they ban
zero.
Zayre, no!
It's not your dream come true, unfortunately.
No, it's not because I don't get why you have the Sejuani then. You don't have the way to enable her passive and make it so much stronger than it can be. I feel like they had such a huge lead in the draft and then they just dropped the ball here. Ah, that
Yeah.
hurts. That hurts.
It hurts. It hurts how when you cast the sad times. But we're gonna
Because
see.
you almost predict it and you can see the angles and then the angles
Yeah,
just don't happen.
unfortunately not. But sometimes players opt for comfortability a little bit more,
Of course, of course.
which we see here realistically.
Yeah, so if I have to give the edge in the draft to a team, I'm gonna have to give it pretty heavily. Like I'm saying, 60 to 40% for the side of Paper Squad. The Misfortune of Mumu combo just puts a stop really to what Q&A wants to, or QNF wants to do. Camille wins out in the split push versus Urgot. Victor will always get the push into Xerath early on, so their Amumu has space to breathe and to farm out. Both of these tanks really want to farm, so we shouldn't see too much confrontation in the jungle. Alistar is the only iffy pick for me, but I can see where they're going with it. They're trying to get the same value as Leona, just on a less safe pick. And Camille, of course, is Camille.
I suppose with
One
the
of the
Alistar,
strongest blind picks in the game.
I suppose with the Alistar you have a lot of disengage as opposed to Leona. You have the opportunity to headbutt them away, especially if Sejuani looks to engage all the Urgot. So you do have more of an option to peel for your ADC in places. You have the option to dive as well. You've got the Mumu, so maybe that's what they're looking for here. Maybe they're looking to dive more because you have the Alistar ultimate.
It's whew, it's a little bit rough for them, isn't it? It's still winnable, of course. Every game is winnable if opponent, of course, just runs it down. However, ah, it this Xerath pick feels a little bit out of place when you look at the team comp. Really, it's a poke comp for sure. But then you have the Sejuani with the go in button, the Urgot with the go in button, and the Nami with the go in button. Jhin and Xerath playing so far back doesn't feel like it meshes well with the identity of the team.
Yeah, no, exactly. Players are just finalising their picks now. Pretty much as expected. Everywhere is going to be as seen. How do you see the top lane go in this game? How do you think the Camille into the Urgot's going to do?
So I'm looking at the Camille into the Urgot. The Urgot definitely has a chance to hard stomp Camille here, right? Like it can be pretty coin flippy, but once Camille gets the first item or her Sheen, she hard wins the lane, and it's not even close. No matter what Urgot really builds here, right? The jungle matchup makes it even worse for both of them, to be honest. Or not for both of them. It makes it even worse for the Urgot, to be honest. Like even if the Sejuani does come in, let's say we assume the Mumu start on the same side, so they both go top side at the exact same time. A Mumu Camille beats Urgot Sejuani. I'd say 8 times out of 10.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely
just
right.
better champions overall right now.
Absolutely right. We're getting into game hopefully in a couple of minutes. Just going to have a slight little delay, unfortunately, with Spectator. But we'll see if Q&I can pick up a win against Paper Squad and redeem themselves. Get a poll in the chat for you guys.
Let's see what happens. The mid lane matchup is gonna be, it's gonna be okay. Victor gets priority for Mumu, but Mumu doesn't really need the priority. And Sejuani doesn't need the priority from Xerath either. It's literally just gonna be farming for both of these junglers. I expect Xerath can fall back, Even though he does get pushed in, he's fine under tower. He has the long range, he has the Q, he has the W. He has his entire kit to really set under tower. So mid lane is just going to be boring. Jungle is going to be boring. Top lane is going to be pretty Camille favored after first back or first few backs. Um, and bot lane is the place where it really can go kind of crazy. If this Nami goes super aggressive on the Alistar and forces him out of lane, um, then they'll be in a rough shape. But if this um, misfortune can scale up and get damage, get items, they can combo these two down before Nami even has a chance to ultimate. Um,
Absolutely, yeah.
Jin, Jin is just kind of there. He's just kind of vibing, waiting to hit that mid game power spike of his.
Yeah, no, Jin is just. I suppose it's quite a comfort pick for Salty Ducky, right? It must be just a comfort pick that they like to play and just realistically just pick whenever they see it. But it can be paired quite well with Nami, I suppose. Nami can almost go in quite a lot of ADCs, right? So I'm interested to see about the junglers this game. Now, Jungle Diff unfortunately did lose his jungle last game. Creamy did a fantastic job of just being everywhere, realistically, in the Rammus. So I'm quite intrigued to see how they path this game, what lanes they decide to look for, and where they decide to prioritize.
Yeah. If I was them, I'd definitely prioritize top. Try to influence that in an Urgot favorite side as much as possible for the side of Sejuani. Um, or of course the focus could always be shifted down bot if top. It depends. Do they want to try and even out a losing matchup, or do they want to just abandon all hope for top lane completely and then just go bot and just try to put all their eggs into the Jin basket? Of course, mid lane might, shake up. The Victor or the Xerath might get a solo kill and completely turn the lane on its head, turn how I see it. But right now, I just kind of see it as them neutralizing each other, keeping each other kind of stuck there.
Yeah, I feel like the Zeref pick's a bit safer, right? They're looking to just realistically just outrange this Victor. Serpai can almost ensure that he's not going to be near this Chaos Storm when Victor decides to use his combo. He's playing Zeref after all. I think the longest range mage in the game, I believe. I'm not sure if that's still true. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Maybe Vex nearly beats him now? Can't remember. Maybe the ultimate still is by Zeref. I believe probably still be with the longest range. But yeah,
Yeah, I
probably
think
is.
that's it.
Yeah, probably is still. There's a poll in the chat though, guys. Get voting quickly. A couple of seconds left. A minute, about 30 seconds left. So see you guys think it's gonna win game 2. Will it be Q&I or will it be Paper Squad? We'll find out in a minute. We are just about to get into game now, so I will get going on that.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I think Paper Squad definitely has a pretty big edge in terms of just straight from draft here.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So we'll find out who's going to win this game.
We shall, we shall, we shall.
So Paper Squad
Goodness.
getting the vote though. People think Paper Squad are going to win the second game against Q&I here.
Okay,
Interesting
okay,
stuff.
okay.
Had the faith in them again.
Going for the 2-0 here then.
Looking for the 2-0.
Wait, there's that, there's that.
I'm on 18, 19, 20, 21,
I'm
22.
behind you.
I'll pause if you like me to.
Where you pause it? I'm at 22, 23, 24.
I'm on 30 seconds.
And I am at 30 seconds. Okay.
Cool. All synced up now, ready to go. Looking like it's just going to be a simple point defense from both teams here. Realistically looking to just ensure they don't get invaded upon.
Yeah, and one thing I don't see enough from either team is having their mid laners walk up and check that the other mid laner is there, because, or at least seeing someone is there, because one of the biggest indicators for an invade ever is the mid laner isn't in lane or someone's not watching mid lane. So that means they're either in a side bush or they're walking top or they're walking bot, and that's when you should start pinging and say, "Hey guys, they are missing. What's going on? Give me some information."
Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. And yeah, like I said, teams are just looking to realistically just play a bit safer, play the point defense, and it's exactly what's going to work for them here. See if Talatak can carry again on this misfortune. Not the Lucian this time, but see if they're just as confident. Both junglers are going to more than likely starting opposite sides. Sorry. So see Q&I jungle diff opts to start at the red buff this side. I think both junglers will more than likely full clear. Could see a early gank from a Mumu or Sejuani. I think jungle just looking to path bot side more than likely the reasoning why.
I think it's smart for each jungler to start opposite because, like I said, they don't want to look for confrontation early. So by starting opposite means that they each get a single camp, or they each get a full clear, they each get a single scuttle, and they're going to be completely even throughout this game, and it's going to completely rely on their lane states changing the matchup in the jungle.
Absolutely.
Now, I want to just highlight a little pet peeve of mine here with Talatat's runes. Instead of opting for the more common Comet build, he's looking to go press attack, which usually means he's going to go for a crit build, right? For a misfortune. No one here enables that crit build, however. I think it's better if he had gone for the lethality, just huge damage over the top, and even your tanks can't deal with it.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see what he builds as the game progresses, but we did see a flash coming out from Sir Pi there, just playing it a little bit safe, ensuring Creamed him and doesn't land a Q onto him, but he's back again in the top lane to engage. There's a fight in the bot lane though. Not sure what's happening in top lane just yet. I think Debdub hasn't had to flash, will just more than likely walk out. Debdub just pretty much out trading him here. It shows the power of Urgot sometimes. Wasteland did manage to get an engage onto Forest Friend, but it was just a simple trade in the bot lane. I'm going to handshake for the scuttle. Both junglers will get one each. And it's going to be a slower game again. No kills just yet, but Jungle Diff is here. Hasn't been spotted out on a ward, though. Misfortune steps up. It may flash out, though. Yeah, flashes, but flashes into the W, and that may be a stun. No, not enough. Not enough of the passive stacking onto him, but the Wasteland could Wasteland die here. No, he'll flash out. And that is a flash heal and a flash from Alistair being used. That is all sums other than the Ignite being used. And I'm not sure about that one, Wasteland looking to engage there. You nearly got yourself killed.
Yeah, that was a little bit troll, but he lived out in the end, so not too bad, I guess.
No, not too bad. But that is really, really good for the side of Q&I. Oops, I've got the names the wrong way around. I apologise.
It happens. But yeah, super good from the other side. About already you're looking at the farm advantage come in here. A 600 gold lead for them. It's kind of already insane, and it's purely off of the back of just superior farming, better wave management, and better jungling pathing. The Amumu, I think, trolled early by just doing a full clear bot side and not continuing to his top side, but instead opting for that mid gank and then running top side. He definitely slowed down his farming, and we're already looking at coming out, already a 2-camp lead for the Sejuani, and that can quickly balloon into a 4-camp lead.
Yeah, it really can. Going to be an engagement on the top side though. Sleepers will get flung under tower though. Does manage to land the second Q, do that a bit of true damage, but it's not going to be enough. Jungle diffs here though. He may get spotted out on the ward if he opts to run around the riverside, and maybe will, but I'm not sure if hook shots up just yet. Debdub's looking to engage. He's a level 5 from Sleepless though. Could just look
Doesn't
to
have the
engage
flash,
with
you're right, wait.
Yep, could be dead here. Has Ignite TP instead, and I think it's going to be game over for this side of Sleepless. The Ignite does go down as a Debdub, but it's not enough damage in the first blood. Will go over to Q&I and will get donated of Sejuani, and that is going to be a Drake, however, picked up by Paper Squad. Really well played to turn that around and get a play at the other side of the map while top lane gets killed.
Yeah, about a 1k gold advantage for the side of QNF though, so have to be careful of that. They have this lead, and it's up to them not to throw it here.
Exactly. Yeah, looking like Jungle Disc looking to engage again onto Sleepless. Noses it up the flash. The hook shot comes out. Does manage to stop it midway though. Really well played. The stun will land.
Oh
That is
my
an ult
god.
from Xerath as well. And that is instantly going to be killed. And that is a kill donated over to Serpai on this Xerath. Accelerating him a bit more in this mid lane and putting a bit more pressure on Shadowgrim on this Victor.
Ooh.
Chaos Storm
Yeah.
comes out now. It's going to be engaged by Shadowgrim onto Serpai. The Chaos Storm will chase him down, but not actually manage to catch him too quickly. Pretty slow at the level 1. The good thing is that Serpai did have the port, can have the sustain here. Cream Dim is looking to engage. Flash Q's
Oh,
and really well hit there.
okay.
He will fall, unfortunately, and that is really well played as the kill gets put over to Shadowgrim on this Victor, and a really, really nice gank from the Cream Demon there. But I think it's gonna be over for him as Kunai Jungle Diff says try to pick up a kill. The stun does land from onto Kunai Jungle Diff from Shadowgrim, but nothing's gonna happen as we see Serpai TP in for a little bit of protection here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just all of a sudden this game has exploded into action, back and forth trades happening across the map, but they're really putting pressure onto the Camille here, and that's what you have to do. If you had let the Camille get to this Sheen power spike without really pressuring her, it's just game over for you, right? It's game over for this Urgot, and he can't really do too much about it. But by putting ganks into this Urgot, you have successfully flipped the lane, and now you can put pressure in the bot side, you can put pressure in the mid, you can do a lot of things with it.
Yeah,
And that's what I like to see.
100%. Done a very good job of accelerating this Urgot. He has the TM out now, so has the very good wave clearer as well. There's so much vision in this bot side from Q&I though. I feel like the Jin traps almost act as a secret ward sometimes. Does a very good job of basically ensuring that your the enemy jungler can't catch you out too easily. But bot lane's just stabling out a little bit. There is a lead from Talatar in the farm bit, realistically sitting about 10 CS ahead. We'll take a look at the individual gold, and we'll see it's pretty comfortable across the board. Primarily the main difference seems to be in the jungle, and there's 500 gold on the top side, but Q&I Jungle Diff is pretty accelerated on this Sejuani.
Yeah, and when you have such a strong Sejuani, now you just want to, now you're well past level 6, so now you just want to constantly use your ultimate on repeat. But the same thing goes for Amumu. Both of these junglers, you aren't looking for the wombo combo, you're looking for the tempo plays. You're looking to use your ultimates on repeat or off cooldown and just get kills. And that's just exactly what I want each of these junglers to try and do.
Exactly. Looking like Cream Demon will pick up the first Rift Herald here. There is an engage onto Debdub by Sleepless though. We'll use the E. Shadowgrim's going to get ulted by Xerath. Will the final one hit? No, it won't. But Nami does manage to use a W in time and manage to pick it up. But Cream Demon is here as well to pick up a kill on Debdub. Can he do it? Can the hook shot land? Debdub will die to Sleepless as he runs under the tower. Prevents Cream Demon from getting an assist there. Jungle Diff's here as well, but it turns out to be a 1-for-1. Oh, the Scuttle Crab will get donated over to Cream Demon and manage to smite it just before Jungle Diff does. There's going to be a fight, but never mind, because Wasteland's coming up as well now. Does flash Q over the wall. The ultimate comes out from Cream Demon, the sad mummy, but that is a kill going over again to Q9 Jungle Diff.
Extremely sad mummy. Oh, God.
Oh no, Jungle Diff is 4-0 now. They will pick up the blue buff as well. I'm assuming it's going to get done over to Serpai. Forest Friend isn't done yet though. Forest Friend wants blood. Forest Friend wants to kill Sleepless though. Q&I Jungle Diff's here as well. Will he die? He won't die. This is a very, very tanky Sejuani. But Shadowgrim's here as well. Shadowgrim wants blood. Shadowgrim wants to get involved. And Shadowgrim will die as well. And Forest Friend picks up a kill himself. And I'm not quite sure what Paper Squad were thinking there, Alan.
Oh man, they had it really sucks too, because they had such an insane lead just based off of their drafting, you know? Like I do believe that they successfully outdrafted their opponent, but it's just these micro arrows, these macro plays that are costing them their chance of victory here.
Yeah,
Although,
but that is going to be a kill donated over to Talatar. Really well played. That is a flash WQ combo by Alistair. Managed to get something back and accelerate this misfortune. Now this could be the carry to win the game, but could Forest Friend be dead here? Doesn't have the flash. Q and I jungle this here though, and I'm not sure you want to take that fight. You may kill Misfortune, but you may end your own life. You have a 500 gold shutdown. Will it get donated to Misfortune? Yes,
Oh,
it will.
no.
And that is a massive shutdown going to the pockets of Talatat. Do not think Zerif will have enough damage to kill this Alistair just yet. Shadowgrim's walking up. Serpai is just going to walk away though. Sleeper's going to engage the Deb Dub, but I'm not sure he wins that 1v1 there. Shadowgrim's looking to land a stun though, and a Chaos Storm onto Serpai maybe. Doesn't have enough damage just yet, but never mind, Salty Duck is as well. His kill will get done over to Salty Duck here. And this is a Drake possibly going over to Paper Squad. And the game is turning around. It's going on its head a little bit. And the Jin is here as well. Salty Duck is here, but he does get engaged on by the Alistair. And they just don't have the follow-up, unfortunately. Talatat may pick up a kill on Forest Friend here. No, the fish will escape out of the waters.
Yeah, this game is all over the place.
Talatat's dead now as well, but Amumu's engaged. A sad mummy's back to make himself happy. Cream Demon's going to get a double kill here, maybe. Can Nami heal him in time? No, she cannot. Can Forest Friend pick up a triple here? Can Forest Friend land another Q? Can they turn it around? No, not opting to do it. They're going to decide to leave it because they don't have enough mana, and that is a double kill for the Amumu.
Wow. This game, they really just said, you know what? Let's try to make it like game one of the first series. Let's just start fighting constantly. But it's like I said, you want to use these ultimates off cooldown. What are they doing? They're using these massive ultimates off cooldown. So it's playing to their game plans, right? But it's just the side of QNF that's coming out ahead. Although I think I want to highlight that yes, they may come out ahead on these plays, but the way they're coming out ahead isn't as clean as you want, right? The gold lead has shrunk a little bit for the side of Paper Squad, so they do have a real chance to keep this game competitive.
Absolutely. We may see a dive coming out in the top lane now. The Rift Herald does get popped in the bot lane. Just slightly overcooked it and left it a little bit too long before they can use it. Debdub's going to take a reset here. There is a couple of missing pings going down by Paper Squad here. I think there could be an engage into Forest Friend and Salty Ducky here. Very much a dive could be in place, but Serpai is looking to roam down as well, prevent anything from happening here. The Rift Herald will maybe just get used before plays come down. They're trying to stop it, but I don't think it's going to be enough. That is going to be a couple of a nice little bit of gold getting donated into the pockets of Cream Demon. But Q and I jungle is in trouble here. Shadowgrim's here as well. We'll Q out, and there's a TP coming in from Urgot. We'll just get away. The ultimate comes out from Q and I jungle diff to escape, and we'll get out very easily.
Yeah, good stuff. Now, when I say use the Sejuani ultimate off cooldown, you never really want to use the Sejuani or the Mumu ult to disengage. Unless it's like, yeah, you know, a huge disengage for the side of Mumu. But for Sejuani, it's almost consistently just use it on a carry or use it on a target. Engage from the front line, sure, but make sure you're constantly using that ultimate.
Yeah, exactly. So looking at the game stabling out a little bit now, less fights as we've seen before. It's a case of people being caught out or people just wanting to fight. People are out for blood this game, and it makes it more entertaining for us to watch.
It does make us more entertaining. About not quite 3K, about 2K.
Yeah.
2K goal lead for the side of QNF, QIF, QNF.
QNF, QNI. I'm not entirely sure what they like to go by, but never mind about that. As a fight in the top lane, Debdub's going to get engaged by Sleepless. Sleepless does have a lot of damage. Doesn't have the Hex Tech ultimatum up, so won't be able to kill the Urgot just yet. Urgot does have the Fear Beyond Death.
Yeah, that's a scary ability, especially.
It is indeed, but what's even scarier is Wasteland engaging on Salty Ducky. The Wave Warders stop the bullet time in time. QNI Jungle Diff is here. There comes the curtain call. There comes the right of the arcane into Talatat. And will he die here? The stun will land, and Jungle Diff will pick up another double kill.
That was a really good time. Really good time showing up from Sejuani here. Yeah, I don't know if you're the jungler, if you're Cream Demon here, you kind of probably more than likely want to call that out because a good jungler is always tracking their opposite, right? If they start at opposite, then they're probably going to stay opposite. If they start at equal, then they're probably going to stay equal unless something happens. And a lot of things have happened in this game, so more than likely the jungle pathing has flipped on its head, and he should be calling out, hey, be careful, maybe don't make this play bot side, I can't respond, and their Sejuani can.
100%. We'll see what happens here as the third Drake will be spawning. QNF need to fight this, prevent Paper Squad from getting to that soul point on this Mountain Drake. Such an important soul to pick up, and I'd be interested to see how they opt to play this. Neither top laners have the TP here, both mid laners do. Serpai's flash will be just up in time. Looking like they're going to try get priority in the bot lane. The Herald will be popped though. And Debdub is looking to fight Sleepless here. Can he pick up a kill? Does have the Fear Beyond Death. QNI Jungle just waiting over the wall. Looking to try pick something up here. Not sure I can pick anything up at all. I think the Drake may just go over to QNI here.
Yeah, it looks like that will be the case.
Debdub picks a solo kill in the top lane. It's a solo bolo for Debdub. Manages to get the Fear Beyond Death onto Camille. And it's going to be an instant after Cream Demon does just manage to avoid the Sejuani ultimate. The bubble doesn't land just yet though. Flashes out though. This passive will land and stun him in place, but it's not going to be enough. I think they're trying to get priority for the Drake here. There's a flank coming in from Talatat and Wasteland. Wasteland misses the pulverize, but the wave gone. And the bullet time is wasted. He cancels it. As Salty Ducky looks to pick up a kill, but the Cream Demon's in again, looking to land that big ultimate, managed to land it. And there's the right of Arcane coming in as well, doing so much damage, but Shadow Grim's here as well to do damage himself. And QNI Jungle, if refuses to die here. Serpai may die though, however, that is a stun coming in from the Victor, and managed to pick up a triple kill as well. QNI Jungle, they've looked to do as much damage as possible, but managed to die. And that is a shutdown being donated to Alistair, and Paper Squad are not letting this game go.
They are not. They are not indeed just letting it happen. They are fighting for every little inch of land, even if they mess up on their engage. The Wasteland rather did mess up that Alistar flash pulverize. It didn't matter. You know, they still kept going for the fight, and it worked out for them. Shadow Green picking up a triple kill, and that's exactly the type of gold into the right place that you want to see. Unfortunately, Alistar did pick up the shutdown instead of the Mumu, but still. With Sleepless falling in the top side, you have to go for that type of play, that 4v4 type of play, before D-Dub can get his Dead-Dub. Deb-Dub can get his teleport back up and turn that play around.
No, 100% looking like Paper Squad are not letting this game go. They are at soul point now, which does mean that QNI will be forced to fight for this fourth Drake if they do not want Paper Squad to pick up this Mountain Soul. Such an important soul, and the RNG god are showing that in both games. We've seen the Mountain Soul now. Korean Demon could be caught out here. Debdub does do a lot of damage here. He's sitting very, very strong. And the Fear Beyond Death does land onto Korean Demon. Smites the blue with try to get away. But there is the right of the Arcane. The Fear Beyond Death ran out, unfortunately. Ooh. The shutdown getting donated over to Sleepless. Salty Dicky tried to use the curtain call to make something happen, but unfortunately it didn't. And that was pretty well played by Cream Demon to get that survivability and carry that a little bit longer.
Yeah, that was hugely important from Creed to get that smite off. I think the Rite of Arcane could have come out a little bit sooner, but I'm not sure about the range, if he was in range or not to drop it. I think he was, but it definitely could have come out sooner. They would have picked up that kill if it had. Either way, good job from Cream Demon to turn that little
Yeah, but it's going to be get the Salty Ducky now. Salty Ducky is forced to Gale Force, but Sleepless is probably going to pick a free kill here. Does actually manage to miss the W. Talatat's fallen quite low though. QNI Jungle Diff could be in trouble here. Doesn't actually have the flash yet for a couple of seconds. Waiting for the flash to come up. Doesn't have the ultimate either. May just die just before the flash comes up and will fall to Talatat, and Paper Squad are bringing this game back. Wasteland's going to maybe look to engage here. Note gets stunned up and he sides to back, and Paper Squad are bringing this game back, Alan.
Yeah, it's the power of the draft coming out, showing us clearly that even though that they did drop early on the top side, even though the Sejuani did get extremely fed early, it's just their comp just makes more sense together, more synergistically as a whole, versus the side of QIF here or QNF here.
Yep, 100%. Doing a very good job of bringing this game back and delaying and trying to prove that they won't be taken down to 1-0. They want the full series. They want the 2-0, and did a really, really good job here.
Yeah, absolutely massive. And I just want to highlight some of the things that we're seeing here. There is a gold advantage for Serpai in the mid lane, just because he's been out farming here. gotten has gotten a few kills of his own, but the bot lane advantage has wholeheartedly gone to Talatat here. So it's really gonna be the tale of the jungle mid 2v2 versus um, Talatat and I'm Sleepless here, trying to do
Yeah.
their best into
Wasteland
these.
could be caught out there though. Deb does have the Fabian on death. Will he use it? I'm not sure if he used it just yet. He does actually manage to hit it. The ultimate comes
Mm,
out from
there's the
Serpi
pullback.
right at the arcane, but the pullback came out and managed to kill him. Are we synced up, by the way? I'm on 21, 40, 41, 42, 43.
Yeah, I'm at 45,
Cool,
46.
yeah, perfect. Synced up. There's the curtain call coming out. Q&I jungle, if he's tanking too many turret shots, he's
Oh
forced to
God.
flash out. The curtain call fourth shot doesn't quite land though. Sleepless is here and TP's in to try to save the day. And looking like Q&I just trying to force down this mid lane. This game's getting closer and closer. Can Cream Demon land the ultimate? Can he use the Curse of the Sad Mummy and land a big ultimate here? It comes down to some team fights realistically, but Shadow Grim's so low and does have to
Oh
back. And
my
that's a
God.
fantastic snipe.
Oh
By
my
Salty
God.
Ducky, flexes the level 7 and managed to pick up a big shutdown on Shadow Green here. Sleepless is looking for a flank, but don't think he can get one with that shutdown being so vitally important. The Victor is your wave clear. The Victor can push them off the turrets, and with him gone, it's looking increasingly difficult to defend this tier 2 turret. I expect them to get this turret and look towards the Drake. Yeah, they're looking towards the Drake now to prevent them from getting Mountain Soul, sorry.
Yeah, it's really just a matter of the whole idea of that every single time they get a small victory for the side of Paper Squad, they immediately turn it around with QINF here.
Yeah, 100%. Q and I did a really good job here to tell Paper Squad they're not bringing it back just yet. Paper Squad
Ooh.
are gesturing towards the Baron though. I think they're going to start it up. Knowing that Q and I are waiting for it. They're pinging the Drake now though. I think they're going to try to split the map and send a few towards Baron, a few up there. They know they're on Baron now. They are going to have to opt to back off knowing that they're there.
Yeah.
Bit of a strange call by Paper Squad there.
It was cheeky. I respect it. It was an option that they did take for. And I respect it. You have to try something when you're slowly bleeding gold. I just don't know if they think it's as bad as it really is, because it really isn't that bad. It's only a 3K gold lead, and they only just now took their first mountain, right?
Yeah,
So you
100%.
still have a huge chance to come back in this game.
Yeah, 100%. Maybe didn't anticipate how they're not as far behind as they actually think. That's quite a common thing you see quite often amongst all Elos, realistically. So maybe it was the best option to go for the Drake there, get that Mountain Soul confirmed and in your pockets, but it happened unfortunately, and they're gonna move on and look for the next Drake, more than likely spawning in another 4 minutes.
Ooh, excuse me.
Now I think this team fight, I think the whole game comes down to team fights, right? Comes down to who can land the bigger ultimates first. And I think this is what it's going to come down to. Who can use ultimate off cooldown? Who can land it on the most important targets? Can the Urgot get into the backline? Use the Fabian Death on Talatat? Can the Curse of the Sad Mummy be used onto Salty Ducky or Serpi? And it's going to come down to that realistically. The blue buff will be donated over to Shadow Green. Sleepless is in a bit of a strange spot here, but it does have the hook shot to get out if he wishes to engage. Forest Friend is just going to look to get as much vision as possible. Q and I hovering around the Drake though. We'll get the Baron. Sorry, we'll get spotted out. We'll Cream Demon here. And this is going to be a really massive pick here. Will die to the Sejuani as another kill, and that is going to be a Baron for Q and I being given to them as Cream Demon did just get caught out. Pick the wrong path, my friend, and you are not going down the yellow brick road. You are going back to your base.
Yeah, and you were saying right before this fight how they play the team fights, and you're right. It's easier for Q and I to play the team fights like so. They just engage onto the front line and they just get kills.
Yeah, they've tried to make the picks where they can, and they're doing that really well. Sleepless could be the second culprit of a pick here, though. That is going to be the stun. Managed to stop the hook shot. Uses the Hextech Ultimatum, try to pick something up onto Forest Friend. Will actually pick up a kill, and that is a 1-for-1 by Sleepless. Really well played to get something out of that difficult situation. Did catch themselves out, but
Still drops in the end.
Yeah, still drops in the end. It does ensure that there isn't a 5th Baron buff on the board that will get taken off Nami as Sleepless manages to kill him.
Yeah. So it's like you're saying they're abusing the jungle vision and finding these pockets, killing them like so, and all they have to do is engage on the front line, and it's fine. That's how they win their team fights. On the opposite side, though, you're looking for these massive wombo combos to keep Force Friend from ulting as long as possible, so Talatat can ult as long as possible, and you also have to dodge the long range stairs. So even though I think they have the better team comp on paper for the side of Paper Squad, QNIF is just executing theirs better.
100%. Yeah, this blue buff will get done out of Serp High now. The Nami did have flash heal up in that situation, didn't opt to use it though. Maybe decided to save it for another fight, or just didn't think they'd die realistically. It's hard to anticipate the damage from Camille's second Q. Deb will get engaged on here by Sleepless, and Shadow Grim's here as well, as is Talatab, but will just walk out for free. Q and I looking to sit round this bot side and establish more and more vision around the opposing enemy team jungle. Green Demon will just miss the bandage toss. Q and I jungle diff is going to engage. The curtain call comes out as well, and that is going to be a very dead mummy, and he's going to die very quickly. The curtain call misses the 4th shot, unfortunately. Cream Demon's opting for some difficult paths this game. I don't think you realise this is not your jungle at this point.
Yeah, it's no longer your jungle. Sorry, pal. Jungle Diff showing why his name is Jungle Diff. Really
Yeah.
just massively outplayed them here.
Yeah, 100%. But there's going to be engage onto Shadow Grim and Wasteland here. Forest Friend may just die to the turret and does actually manage to get out just in time by the skin of his teeth. Shadow Grim will fall to QNI Jungle Diff here, and that is another kill, another double kill. Can this man get anything but double kills? The bullet time will be used. That is a flash Q from QNI Jungle Diff. Managed to get the kill off on him. Will survive by just Triumph. Nope, Cream Demon will pick it up. Debdub sinking up the top waves to try get something and try push out for this top turret, as well as the bot lane will get taken out. This will be an inhibitor here, I believe.
Yeah, mid lane's also pushing, so they have a lot of options to pick here. They could end as well. That's always an option. It's about
Debdub's
a
in fight
10k
on
gold.
Sleepless though, and the fear beyond death is so strong. There is a very dead Camille.
Very dead, Camille.
This will mean that it will be another Drake going over to QNI. It will stop the soul again being put onto Paper Squad. What started out as an amazing comeback is just being dropped.
Collapse. Collapse.
It's almost like the film when the protagonist has the redemption story then fails.
It doesn't happen often,
Yeah.
but this is one of the few times where the protagonist, it's looking like the protagonist doesn't get that redemption arc.
Yeah, unfortunately not. It's not a Rocky Balboa moment. But Paper Squad still have the opportunity to come back into this game. They still have the damage. It's just whether or not they can land these big ultimates in sync, whether they can CC chain lock the opposing team. And if they can do that, they can very much win this game. But QNI Jungle Diff does so much damage and is so goddamn tanky.
Absolutely. And you know, one thing I just want to harken back to is they had an opportunity early to really flex their muscles and not let the Sejuani go out of control, but it's really just better understanding of how their champion works, and it's just worked out for them so well, even though certain things could have gone differently.
100%. This blue buff will get denoted. Won't get denoted over to Serpai because he missed it. But he will get donated over to QNI Jungle Diff. Yeah, oops. That's a big oops, indeed. QNI Jungle Diff will probably look to engage here very soon. The curtain call coming out to push them off this inhib here. Really well played. Here comes the right of the arcane as well. I think Shadow Grim's accepting his death here. Yes, he is. Shadow Grim is just going to accept the death. I don't think you had to there, but yeah, sure. Why not? This is just going to be game, I think. They're so tanky.
Yeah.
His front line is so strong. Cream Demon does land a big ultimate, but the wave comes out as well. And Creamy and Demon just dies very, very instantly. Sleepless is trying to do anything to get a kill on Salty Ducky here, pick something up. But Salty Ducky uses that 4-shot, managed to pick something up. Wasteland looking to try bang QNI Jungle Diff back onto the Nexus turret, the altar, but doesn't pick anything up. And that will be game 2 going over to QNI.
Yep. Good job from Good job from Q&I to even up the series and make sure they didn't totally lose, turn this entire series into a pause. Or it's not a pause, into a tie. I knew what I was saying. Good
Yeah,
job on them, though.
there is all it is for all you stat nerds. Not a high damage game necessarily, but Serpai being notably the bigger one of the few, doing a solid nearly 30k damage there. So
That is a lot of damage.
so really well played. That will mean that both series did actually end in a 1-1 draw.
Very nice.
So definitely, yeah, definitely good games.
Great games. Absolutely fantastic games from all teams involved, all four teams. Love to see it. Who do you think should be the MVP of this last match here?
Um, it's a close one.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
I think I'd have to give it to. I don't know. It's difficult. I think Jungle if it has to go to right because he just pressured everywhere, and
Yeah.
just so much work. So yeah, I definitely have to give it to a Jungle Diff there.
I agree wholeheartedly with you. Jungle Diff absolutely showed why his name is Jungle Diff and
Yeah.
smashed Cream Demon across the board in this
Yeah.
game.
But we will end the stream there, ladies and gents. I need to go eat food because I'm very hungry.
Same.
But no, thank you so much for joining us, Arlan. Hope you guys enjoyed our Newcaster. Let us know what you think about him. But yeah, no, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, no problem. It was fun. You guys have a great setup here. I'm eager to try cast with you guys some more.
Wicked. Well, we're happy to have you back. And we'll see you guys soon for the next stream. So, peace.
Deuces.